If Kamala Harris gets in, she would be the most radical far-left extremist ever to occupy the White House times 10. There's never been a lunatic like this in the White House, and we've had some bad ones. They're nasty people, the Democrats, so we better beat them or we're not going to have a country left. You're not going to have a country left. So now we have a new victim to defeat, Lion Kamala Harris, Lion, L-Y-I-N apostrophe. The most incompetent and far-left vice president in American history.
Donald Trump cannot help but go on offense by dissing not only his political rivals, but even those within his party.
So you were saying you don't like the name-calling in politics?
No.
But Donald Trump is your candidate?
Yes.
He's done a lot of name-calling, though, right?
Yeah, he has too, but to each his own. I just don't like it. I don't like to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Right?
Does it bother you that it's a big part of Donald Trump's kind of campaign, the nicknames, the name-calling?
Whatever they do. I don't know what to say about that.
MAGA will put on a straight face, saying they have disdain for name-calling, yet give a full-throated endorsement of the man conducting the hate train. Go figure.
Donald Trump has broken with GOP orthodoxy in recent days on issues like raising the federal minimum wage. Here's what he said in November.
I hate to say it, but we have to leave it the way it is.
This was Trump yesterday, sounding more like a Democrat.
I don't know how people make it on $7.25 an hour. Now, with that being said, I would like to see an increase of some magnitude, but I'd rather leave it to the states. For 54 years, they were trying to get Roe v. Wade terminated, and I did it. I think the 6 week is too short, and I've told them that I want more weeks.
A notorious flip-flopper. Trump fans somehow, someway, don't see it.
You believe that Kamala Harris flip-flops on a lot of things?
Yeah, definitely.
So Donald Trump said he was going to be great for women and their reproductive rights, but he also helped overturn Roe v. Wade and said he was proud of that. Do you think he flip-flops?
Not really, no.
Or for whatever reason, simply don't care.
Come to demand that Congress do the right thing and only count the electors who have been lawfully slated. I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building.
Let's be real. The spin that Republicans have tried to put on January 6th is out of sheer desperation.
I don't know if the reports are true, but the Washington Times has just reported some pretty compelling evidence from a facial recognition company showing that some of the people who breached the Capitol today were not Trump supporters. They were masquerading as Trump supporters and, in fact, were members of the violent terrorist group Antifa.
Guess what? That article in the Washington Times turned out to be so totally false, the paper deleted it. More broadly, the claim that this mob was some sort of Antifa production is just bonkers, Brooke. An FBI assistant director said they have no indication of an Antifa role at this time, and we know the mob violence was perpetrated by Trump supporters, some of whom we know by name, by sight, and many of whom identify themselves on camera as Trump supporters after a pro-Trump rally, which Trump himself had told people to come to D.C. to attend, during which he personally told people to go march on the Capitol. And then, as all this was happening, Trump posted a video telling the rioters they were very special and that he loved them. So, Antifa, come on.
Because they know the violent mob, from the Proud Boys to the Oath Keepers and many others, did their best to overthrow democracy in an effort to instill a fascist. It is sad how many have fallen victim to drinking the Kool-Aid of conspiracy theories such as this.
There's so much that needs to be said about January 6th because, you know, there was some people in the crowd that started that crap, and like Ray Epps, that was one of the main guys, and his name just seemed to fall under, fall under the rug.
Who do you think was actually responsible for it?
Well, Democrats for one, for all the rhetoric they were saying, and then the people, there were some bad actors in the crowd that day, yeah, for sure. But
you think they were Democrats? Is that what you're saying?
Oh yeah, that Antifa was probably there.
So Democrats and Antifa played a big role in January 6th?
Yeah, definitely.
So next week when Donald Trump does his January 6th award gala at his golf resort, do you think in attendance will be a bunch of Democrats and Antifa?
Where at?
At his golf club in Bedminster.
Oh, probably not there. No.
Of course, what Davram Stiefler is referring to here is a gala that was set to take place at Trump Bedminster. A foundation that calls itself Stand in the Gap was set to raise money for January 6 rioters and their legal fees. It was reported the former president expressed interest in going. However, it has been postponed as of September 3rd, with a date set to be announced after the November election, per texts obtained by the New York Times. The outlet would report from those texts that event planners cited multiple issues outside of our control, the main one being safety concerns of attendees and staff.
It is also time to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. America is a nation of builders. Tonight, I'm calling on Congress to produce a bill that generates at least $1.5 trillion for the new infrastructure investment that our country so desperately needs.
This is something he would not get done, but take credit for. Watch how his base reacts to this revelation.
The Republicans are the ones that give the money to the Democrats to build the infrastructure. See, that's what the people don't understand.
So Joe Biden passed a huge infrastructure bill. Donald Trump wasn't able to do that.
But you know what? He came with a lot of other promises to other money to other people to get that passed.
But Donald Trump did not pass it.
You know, it's politics. It's absolutely politics, and people.
I'm only asking because you're saying that the Democrats don't do infrastructure and the Republicans do, but it was actually opposite.
Not as versed into all the legalities of it. But do you really want to live 4 more years? You're a lot more younger than I am.
I would like to live at least 4 more years. Yeah.
It's frustrating. It's depressing. Politics are not based off factual evidence. It is not based off doing best for your fellow man. It is simply a reality show led by its lead host. What should frustrate the masses is the weaponization of religion from our elected leaders, and this should be called out no matter where you align with your vote. As an example, here's what happens when this occurs in real time.
The big issue right now, are you pro-life or pro-choice?
Pro-life.
Pro-life?
Yeah, pro-life.
Do those come from biblical beliefs?
Yeah, biblical.
Do you feel that the Bible is pro-life? That God is pro-life?
Yes.
You feel that God is pro-life?
Yes.
Why do you think God had 2 bears come out of the woods and kill 42 children when they made fun of a guy for being bald in the Bible? Yeah, it's in 2 Kings.
You know, I've never heard that before, so I can't respond to that.
Okay, have you heard of that?
As always, the good liars are on the ground traveling around the country, and their work is vital to having a pulse on MAGA world. Support them when they are in a town near you. Check out their YouTube page, which is happily growing, and throw them a sub while you're at it. Check out their socials, like Reels on Instagram, short-form excerpts on TikTok, and make a donation to their Patreon.